When your own official subreddit is clowning on you through PowerPoint presentations of fake leaks, to art memes being created of you, and even live action recreations of Garou sliding down the hill, I think it really just goes to show the dire state that Season 3 is in, what is mainly being talked about, and how any hopium that was kind of left is pretty much next to non-existent at this point. Because one of the biggest bastions of people trying to have copium and hopium for One Punch Man Season 3 was the official subreddit of One Punch Man. But now that you see the entire Reddit basically, like, swamped with, just memes mocking it, I think is really telling. But you're probably wondering to yourself, okay, Chibi, you're talking about this, but what's the deal with the title? Well, let's get right into that. So earlier this morning, there was a leak, technically, of the upcoming episode of One Punch Man. The leak in question is this image right here that was posted on this official account that was going to, from my understanding, live stream the upcoming episode of One Punch Man Season 3. And upon this, you have this image here that was posted with the video as a thumbnail. And if you go looking for this video on this channel, it has now since been privated, because obviously it wasn't meant to be seen yet, and the image obviously is probably under NDA and copyright and all sorts of stuff, and so the fact that it was visible at all is a huge problem. And so if you go looking for it, the video is indeed private. However, what this image is doing right now is causing a lot of people to have copium and hopium for the upcoming episode. There's a lot of people that are speculating that it's going to correct and fix every issue of One Punch Man Season 3, and the reason for this is because there was actually some artwork that was given out yesterday for the episode of One Punch Man. And the artwork in question, I'm just going to show you, is this image right here, this image, and obviously this image. And then the first image that you see here was through that leak through the video, thumbnail. But the point here is people are looking at these images that are coming out for the upcoming episode this weekend and saying, holy crap, the scene, the episode is going to go fire, the animation is going to be incredible. And I have a clip that's just going to rebuttal all of this.
ようガキ、面白そうなもん読んでんじゃねえか。怖い方がいい。そっちのがかっこいいと思わないか。ようガキ。
So, I hate to be, like, the one that doom posts or ruins the hypercopium for the upcoming episode, but I'm just gonna keep it $1.50. I'm keeping it real here. I'm not gonna try to sugarcoat my words. I really do hope that episode 5, the upcoming episode, is spectacular. I hope that I am basically putting my own foot in my mouth right now, and that when the episode airs, it's insane. Like, it's crazy detailed. It's the animation art that One Punch Man should get. It makes everybody just extremely excited and hyped for it, and, the conversation around it is no negativity, but just straight positivity. I hope that happens. But I live in reality. And from what we have seen already from the last 4 episodes, if there's one thing that we can really say about Season 3, is that the art for Season 3 has been good. It's not been perfect, but it's been definitely better, I would be honest, than Season 2's. It's been really good. It's been on par with some of the detail of the manga. There's some areas it falters, obviously. It's not completely perfect, but I think that the art has been one of the big aspects that's really hard carried Season 3 of One Punch Man. And I don't think that at this point there's been anyone that's relatively complained about the artwork of One Punch Man Season 3 since it began airing, besides a very small amount of people. And so when I see these still frames of One Punch Man Season 3, I'm like, okay, this looks like what we pretty much have seen already from Season 3. Like, the art isn't necessarily bad. It's the animation, because you have these beautiful frames, but it's just panning still frames. It's just, the camera moving it slightly, like which I did right here,
Okay.
Where you see, like, this beautiful image, you see it slowly either zooming in or slightly moving to the side. That's basically what I think is going to happen to a lot of these images. Maybe some might have slight movement, but overall, I feel like people assuming the episode's going to be saved because of good-looking artwork, I think is deluding themselves. I'm just going to be completely honest. Because we've already seen some really good images from Season 3. Just not good animation. So, this hopium and copium that people are currently having is pretty wild to me. Like, people are legitimately pumped and excited and being like, holy crap, it's going to be the best episode ever. And, like I said, I hope it is. I really hope it is. I do. I really hope it is an incredible episode. It proves me wrong. It proves everyone wrong. My video ages like milk, and it's excellent. I hope that happens. Because there is talks right now, apparently, like Vincent, that worked on One Punch Man, or not One Punch Man, worked on One Piece and has worked on JJK, is apparently working on the episode. That's what some people are saying. I don't know if this is true, don't quote me on that one, but that's what some people are saying. And if that's indeed the case, we're probably going to get a good looking scene. But we'll have to wait till it airs. The point of the matter is that I'm not really trying to amp my hype up to an extreme level right now, because when the episode comes out, I don't want my hope just dashed into the ground. I do legitimately believe that this image looks great. I'm not going to act like it doesn't. It looks really good. But I think that feeling like the entire episode's going to be amazing is kind of lying to yourself. If there's anything that's probably going to happen, the realistic expectations of it, it's going to be probably maybe 18 to 19 minutes of just probably the same thing we've been getting for the last few episodes. And then it's going to be maybe 2 minutes of or 1 minute of incredible looking animation, or at least above average animation. That's my theory of what's going to happen. However, the upcoming episode is going to have a lot of fights. It will. So, necessarily, it's very likely two things. There's two outcomes that can happen. Actually, there's three. The first outcome is that it's absolute dog water. It's bad. Besides maybe one scene. Like maybe 1 or 2 scenes from the entire episode. But the entire episode's pretty much dog water, because we finally get to see that they can no longer skirt around it with still frames. They have to add action and movement. And we see just how much of a dumpster fire the project actually is. The third option, or the second option, is where it is pretty much mostly okay. It's average. It's just middle of the road, average anime. It's kind of like, okay, it's nothing to write home about, but it's nothing terrible. That's a possibility. Then you have option 3, or the route 3, where it rivals some of the best that we've ever seen from One Punch Man. I don't know if that's going to happen. I hope it does. That's the outcome I want, but I don't think it will. So, long story short, it looks like this upcoming episode will be finally what breaks the camel's back, and what makes or breaks the entire community of One Punch Man. It will literally, I think, decide if the series is even recoverable. Like, if the anime is recoverable. Clarification. Because the fact that you have the subreddit already memeing on the entire series, and then you have just a select few now really trying to build up anticipation, people are trying to really have that hopium, this is probably the last push, the last saving grace they could have. And if it doesn't, I feel like a lot of people will just straight up drop it. That's my honest thoughts. I'll leave it at that, though. Thank you so much for watching. Be safe, stay healthy. Chibi out.